It's the Joe and Shob Show. Yes, it is. Joe and Shob. It's a Joe and Shob Show. It's a Joe and Shob Show. Joe and Shob Show. Joe and Shob Show. Joe and Shob. Joe and Shob. Joe and Shob Show. It's the Joe and Shob Show. Joe and Shob. Joe and Shob Show. Joe and Shob Show. Joe and Shob Show. It's the Joe and Shob Show. It's the Joe and Shob. It's the Joe and Shob Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Joe and Shob Show this week. I'm Joe. That's Shob.
And I'm Shob.
I fucked that up. I legitimately fucked that up.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
And we're keeping it in.
Yeah, we're keeping it in.
Because you always do the intro most of the time, and you're like, I'm Joe. That's Shob. It's the Joe and Shob Show.
That's actually how I
just thought of you saying that, and I was like, let's rub. I didn't even.
That's actually how I say it, though.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. That's actually
I'm
how
Joe.
I say it.
That's
This
Shob.
is Shob.
And you do it like the same every time. I noticed. I actually quoted you.
I was just talking to you about how our podcast has character and how it's been building character. We have the intros. Now, if people were watching the video podcast, they get to see right now the two of us fighting for the podcast championship.
Hey, that looks just like us.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
It does. I mean,
You don't have a
know what
neck.
we look like, but
You don't have a neck, but
do I in real life either?
I mean, you have more of a neck than your created dude does.
Pretty sure I have a fucking neck in real life. Anyways.
All right.
So,
Also, shameless plug. We stream Joby7447 Twitch. Go there.
Also, there's going to be a public meetup on November 5th in Pittsburgh at Wizard World Comic Con. If you want to meet the Joe and Shob Show members, Joe and Shob, we'll be there. This is the Greater Pittsburgh Expo, the David Lawrence Convention Hall at Wizard World Comic Con, Pittsburgh, November 5th. Be there. We're meeting.
You're gonna have to
$50.
bring. You have to bring $50 though.
Yeah, you have to bring it. It costs $50 to get in, but you can meet us. Well, maybe we can. You guys can meet us at a bar outside of it. We're not even old enough to drink, but you're gonna meet us there.
We're both like 20.
Don't tell them how old we are.
We're 20.
Anyways, so we're gonna do a new thing this week that we haven't really done before. Because usually when we talk on the podcast, we talk about matches that are happening this week. We try to bring in like, who our favorite wrestler is and what our favorite but I don't know. I watch a lot of random matches, so
I do too.
Why?
Yeah, this week sucked. I think in regards to Raw and SmackDown, there were a couple good tiny things, but I think it sucked, and I don't want to touch on it too much. So
yeah, it was pretty bad this week.
It wasn't bad. It was.
It could have been better.
Could have been way better.
Could have been a lot better. It was a lot more of the same.
This is going to be a weekly
pay-per-view happening Sunday.
That's true. Yeah, there's going to be a weekly. This is going to be a weekly thing though. Beginning of the podcast, we're going to talk about a random match of the week, one from each of us. Do you want to do? Let's do rock paper scissors. See who gets to talk about theirs first.
We're not next to each. I can't see you.
All right, rock paper scissors shoot. What'd you get?
Scissors.
Oh damn, I got scissors too. Okay,
Oh,
rock
shit,
paper
okay.
scissors shoot.
Rock.
I got rock too.
Damn it! What if you're just lying to me?
No, I legitimately have rock.
Okay.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock.
Scissors. Damn.
Yeah. All right. So my match, I watched it this morning because every night I've been falling asleep to WWE Network matches. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch Judgment Day 2002. But that's not the match I'm talking about. I fell asleep watching Judgment Days, so it just would play the next Judgment Day. And I woke up and it was Judgment Day 2006. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. So it was like 4 hours later. So I'm looking at the card, and I actually saw part of Judgment Day 2005 because I woke up and saw part of it. Actually, no, it's Judgment Day 2005 is what it's from. It is a JBL and John Cena in an I Quit match for the main event. And you know about this match?
Yeah, I know about it. I haven't seen it myself though. I really need to get out there.
It's a pretty cool match. Like I most of these matches I don't know exist. I just go through old pay-per-views and go, oh, that exists. Like I
know there's a lot of blood.
Yeah, there's a ton of blood. Like so much blood.
Doesn't John Cena throw like a thing at JBL at the end too, or something.
Yeah,
Like, kill him.
basically JBL says I quit, and he has like this big giant rod, and even What Culture said this. John Cena loves, even though someone says I quit, to hurt them more afterwards, which
Yeah,
means
that's kind
I
of true. He
What?
did that to Batista.
yeah, which it means I quit doesn't matter. Like if he's supposed to be a face, he should honor that the person said I quit. But
Yeah.
nope.
If they're a big enough dick, though, I mean.
Yeah,
I remember my favorite I Quit match with John Cena, because all of John Cena's I Quit matches are the same. I haven't seen this one, to be fair, but all the ones I've seen are the
It's
same.
his
Like
first
my favorite
so
one
it's neat.
is him against The Miz, right? Like, there's no chance in hell Miz was winning, but all he did was like him and Alex Riley would like beat up John Cena, and then be like, he'd like go out to a Cena fan in the audience, and be like, "Tell him to quit." And then at the end, John Cena gets a belt and just whips The Miz across the back over it, and The Miz is like scampering up the ramp, and he just keeps following him and slapping him with the thing.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
The best
but-
part, I mean, the match is really good. Like I love, like not, I like hardcore matches a lot, but this is different because both of them had ridiculous entrances, like almost not WrestleMania entrances, but like I don't know, every pay-per-view, at least nowadays, like entrances are all really normal unless it's WrestleMania. Well, this is just Judgment Day. JBL comes out in his limousine, which he did. I'm sure he did that back in the day more than
Yeah, he
just
did.
a few
He did.
times. And John Cena comes out with a fucking tractor trailer. He comes out on the back of it. He has a DJ, and it's advertising his new album.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and I think he had just become WWE champion. This is right after WrestleMania 2021, and it's the spinner title now. So it's like an album with the spinner title on it, and it's like, oh, John Cena's new album, and there's the DJ's playing his new song, because I think My Time Is Now debuted right around that time, unless that
I
was
think
the
he
first
had
match.
My Time Is Now at WrestleMania 21.
Okay, yeah, well, it had only been out for like a month, that new song, so they fucking got a tractor trailer out for it. He's like dancing on the back of it, and like fireworks come out of it. It's pretty cool, like the entrance was. But they parked both of those at the entrance, so they used both of them during the I Quit match. So it like made it a little bit different because they were fighting like on top of the truck and on top of the limo, and I don't know, it just made the match cool. And John Cena was bloody as hell. Like 2 minutes in, JBL's destroying him, but by the end of the match, like they're both red people. Like they are completely red. But my favorite part of the match was just that they like get on the truck and they're using like exhaust pipes and stuff like that, and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." But pretty solid match for a match that I just was sleeping and woke up and said, "Oh look, match." JBL versus John Cena. The coolest part though was since it changed to the spinner title, because John Cena was like, you know, a DJ, you know, like rap guy. They're like, "Oh, let's be hip and cool. We'll change the WWE title to a spinner to like represent like a DJ like turntable, right?" Well, JBL holds around John Cena's old WWE title before it was changed, like the normal one.
Yeah.
Well, the normal one, and like he carries it around everywhere to like represent like how it should be, like to like praise how it used to be and be like, "John Cena, this is old you, and you suck." I don't know, it's just cool. Like, it was a Healy thing to do, and I thought it was cool, because I don't know, I hate JBL. I don't hate JBL as an announcer, but I think he's kind of annoying. But
Yeah.
as a heel wrestler, I fucking hate him. So yeah, he's a good heel.
Yeah.
And that's Judgment Day 2006, Judgment Day 2005, Judgment Day 2005. This is Judgment Day. Judgment Day 2006 is Eddie Guerrero versus JBL, so that's cool. Anyways, what about you, buddy?
Okay. I also, real quick, I think since this is going to be a weekly thing, we should watch each other's matches.
Yeah, that would help.
Like, and then at the beginning of next week's show, then we'll talk about them real quick. Just say what we thought about them. Just be like, yeah, I liked it, or you know.
And this will go on for as long as we want it to. Maybe it
Yeah,
won't, maybe
I
it
think it's good. I think it's a good idea because it, you know, makes us a little different too.
It adds to our podcast.
Exactly.
Okay, so in light of TNA being on the verge of death, pretty much, it's up in the air right now. No one really knows what's going on with TNA. the president is suing them. Just lots of things. are
Obama
happening.
is suing TNA. Like you think?
No, the president of TNA is suing TNA. I don't think Obama knows what TNA is. Anyway,
terrorists not negotiate.
yeah, that was a really good Obama impression. Anyways, so I thought that this would be a good opportunity to talk about one of the best TNA match stipulations of all time. Ultimate X? No, it's the Fight for the Right Reverse Battle Royal from Bound for Glory 2000. Oh shoot, I forget. Is it 2007? I
We're
believe
really
it
good
is.
at this. We are both. Really
I watched it yesterday, and I don't actually remember. I think it's Bound for Glory 2006 or 7. But yeah, this is an odd match. Okay, so get this straight, right? It's a reverse battle royal. Can you take a guess as to what that means?
Well, you did send me a picture, but I'll act like I don't know.
Oh no, never mind. I forgot. That I
So
sent
you
that
throw
to
them into the ring?
Yes, it's a Bound. By the way, it's Bound for Glory 2007. No, you don't throw them into the ring. You have to get into the ring.
All right.
Your goal is to get into the ring. So 16 guys start on the outside and act like they don't know how to get into a wrestling
Yeah. Whenever
ring.
you sent me that picture, I was like, okay. So it just starts. That's how I'm imagining it. I didn't mean to cut you off, but they just
No, you're
start. How hard is it to just run into the ring?
Yeah, they don't do that. Literally, like
They just start beating each other up, right?
James Storm spends the whole match like, you know how people in Royal Rumbles or Battle Royals, like they'll go into the bottom rope and they'll be like, "Ooh, I'm sneaky. I didn't get eliminated, but people think I did," and then they sneak it to the end and they win.
Yeah.
Well, James Storm is just crouching right next to everybody, just like waiting. And 8 people have to get into the ring. After that, no more people can get in. And James Storm, he waits till 7 people are in, and then he just jumps in the ring. And it's like, why didn't you do that earlier?
He was sitting there the whole. Yeah, sometimes wrestling does not make sense.
Yeah,
Like,
and then there's like a couple guys who are literally standing there, walking around, doing absolutely nothing.
would you say
and-
this match is good or bad? Because you don't sound
Well,
like. you
I'm
are.
not there yet. I'm not there yet. This is one of the dumbest stipulations I have ever seen in anything ever. Okay, and also Rikishi's in this match.
Oh, he went to
He
TNA.
had, yeah, he had the name Junior Fatu, and he walked out. And I didn't know it was him at first because I didn't know he was in TNA, and he had a text thing on his waistband where it normally says Rikishi, and it said Bootylicious, and I laughed.
I
Anyway.
don't hate Rikishi, but man.
Anyways, yeah, 8 people are in the ring. After that, then everyone else goes to the back. Then they have a battle royal. Now the battle royal is freaking really good. Okay, like, there's these guys, the oh my god, I didn't mean to say that. Motor City Machine Guns.
What did you say?
I said Motor Shitty
You
Machine
said
Guns.
Motor-
They're really. It's Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, and I don't know where they are right now, but they're really talented and they're a really good tag team. And there's a guy named Kazarian, I guess. He does some really cool high flying stuff. It's a really, really entertaining battle royal. And then the final 2 in the match, which were Eric Young and Bobby Roode, fought just a normal match.
How
and then
old
Eric
is
Young
Bobby
won
Roode?
that.
Bobby
Bobby
Roode
Roode's
has to be
like-
pretty old.
He's almost 40. Yeah.
The-
But you want to know the funny thing is? What the funny thing is?
What's the funny thing, buddy?
The battle royal was the order of elimination was the seeding for the next tournament that they were going to do.
Say that again?
So like in order of elimination would be who they fought, or like it would be a certain position filled out on a bracket.
So whoever won this didn't like win a title.
No, they
What?
they won a spot in the I think they may have won, Eric Young may have won like a bye, but he wasn't even in the finals of the actual tournament.
That sounds really, really needlessly complicated.
Yeah.
It
Welcome
reminds
to-
me
welcome
of New
to
Day's
TNA.
Tag Team Championship.
Welcome to TNA. That's all I have to say to that.
Yeah, I know we were talking about. I know this is kind of off topic.
No, you're good. You're good.
Bobby
Discussion.
Roode, one. it has nothing to do with what we were talking about. But why would WWE sign on a talent who's aging and bring him to developmental? I don't get it.
I don't know. He really shouldn't be there.
I don't get like why does every star they sign have to go? Other
AJ
than
Styles,
Gallows
Gallows
have
and
to
Anderson.
go to NXT.
Honestly, Gallows and Anderson should have gone to NXT
Probably would have been doing
because
something more important.
they would have like found themselves in there. I think they're a little lost. That's the problem.
I think, yeah.
Even
Hey,
if they're only in
but
NXT for a little bit.
in one of the first episodes, you said in one of the later episodes, when the club has been ruined. You said they should have feud with Enzo and Cass, and look, we got it.
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna beat Enzo and Cass?
Well, Enzo and Cass beat them in both matches, so maybe it could be a swerve. They'll win.
We'll see.
They were doing so well back in the day.
They really were, but let's move on. Talked about our matches.
Ever since AJ left.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah, this guy's
even before
nearly
that.
40. He's never gonna have like a main event, like main title, main roster run because he's gonna be like 41 or 42 by the time they actually put him on. And it's like,
I feel like he's gonna get called up sooner or later. I don't think he's gonna get the title or anything.
like, is there any doubt that Samoa Joe and Finn Balor were good enough to be in the main roster right away?
Maybe not Finn right away, but like Kevin Owens
I don't know.
did everything that he could do in NXT, and he was there 6 months. Finn was there 2 years. But the difference with that is that when Finn came up, like, he went right to the main event.
Yeah, he better.
So, like, the years he spent in NXT, wasting time, as they say, was, like, it counted as his mid-card run, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
And his character development.
was he in the mid card of NXT or was he in the main card?
Oh, no, he was the champ.
Okay, so
Yeah, he only lost us to Samoa Joe right at the end, and then he fought Nakamura in his final match on NXT. So.
that wasn't for the title or anything.
No, it was just a match, just as a go away.
They're both
really.
faces though.
Yeah. Finn was like, "What's next for Finn Balor?"
But still.
And then
anyways.
Shinsuke came out because everyone was like, "Oh, the main roster." And then Shinsuke came out. He's like, "No, it's Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor,
How are his mic skills? Does he
the
sound?
Demon King." His mic's okay. Here's the thing about Finn's mic skills is that in NXT he was like pretty medium. He was okay, but on the main roster, everything he said just sounded like it was written by somebody else. When he's like, "Seth, I'm gonna kick your ass," like he would never say that.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. He should. Did they had him talk when he was the demon? He should not say a word.
Oh no, he. I don't. Wait, did they?
I
What
mean,
did he say?
in the main roster.
Oh no, I actually. On NXT and like post-match interviews, he would talk in demon form. That's true.
But I don't know. I think Demon don't talk. Finn talk. But I don't know. I'm an idiot because I
That's
think
why I was telling you earlier this week that most hype I was for Finn Balor was Raw debut we went to, and when he debuted the Demon at one of the NXT takeovers.
Did you see it coming or wait because he didn't?
Oh yeah, because he said
he did it in
well,
the
like
Indies too.
yeah, he did stuff like that in the Indies, and before he fought the Ascension with Hideo Itami, he was like, "Ascension, I'm gonna show you something that you've never seen before."
The Ascension.
And then
the Ascension.
yeah, and then the
used to be
Ascension came
important?
out. Oh yeah, they're like the longest reigning NXT tag champs.
Oh boy.
And then they came to the main roster and they like painted themselves and they just compared themselves to everybody else who used to be cool.
The main roster should be developmental.
It really should be. But anyways, yeah.
Or just take the
He came out.
writers, NXT.
He came out as the demon. Everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And then Hideo Itami was like, no one cared about him. Like literally, the match ends. Like they both hit a coup de grace because that was Hideo's finisher for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they both get the pin, and then there's a spotlight on Finn, and then Hideo's just in the dark, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here."
Yeah, I don't know much about Hideo Itami. Is he?
And no one really does. But I think he hasn't really recovered since then because, you know, he He was literally in the shadow of Finn Balor.
He's literally being overshadowed.
Yeah, but yeah, and then in the post-match interview, they're like, "Guys, how'd you do out there?" And then Finn just didn't say anything, and then they're like, Hideo, what do you think of Finn's new look?" And Hideo's like, "I don't see no new look. I don't know what you're talking about."
He looks same.
Okay, I tried not being racist, and then you just made it racist.
We have an Asian friend.
That makes it okay. Okay.
He looks same.
Hi, Toby.
We have an Asian friend. It's all fine.
He looks same.
I'm sorry. Anyways, so that was. Wait. I was about to go on to the Raw and SmackDown, but
were we not going to?
We got a pay-per-view on Sunday.
Do you want to predict that at the end or at the start?
I'm not saying predicting. I'm talking about favorite Hell in a Cell matches.
Oh, you want to talk about that with the predictions at the end, or do you want to talk about it right now?
You know what? You are the first name of the show, Joe and Shob. You tell us what we're doing.
Just so we can like kind of contain everything together and end on something cool, we're gonna end on it, I think.
Okay, that's fine. I agree. So
yeah, because I don't know how much we're gonna talk about Raw or SmackDown because nothing happened.
Raw and SmackDown every week, man.
All right.
Every week. That's why I was like, let's add stuff into the show. It's not always Raw and SmackDown because I'll
right.
fucking get bored to death.
Yeah. All right.
Not that
So
I don't
Raw-
enjoy doing this. I do enjoy it a lot. But when the content we're talking about sucks, it's not nearly as much fun.
Yeah, that's why the match of the week, like just that past 20 minutes we were talking about that. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
I think it's been like 10.
Really?
I think it's been 20 minutes. Never mind.
Dang. Hey, it's been fun though, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's way better than talking about Bailey and fucking Dana Brooke arm wrestling.
Fuck. Okay. Real quick. Let's just go over Raw. We're gonna hit it. And yeah.
It's going to be like a Band-Aid. We're just going to peel it off, throw it away. We're going to get another bruise next week. We're going to peel it off, throw it away.
Get another bruise Sunday, too. So that's 2 bruises in 1 week. Damn.
This brand split was so much better at the beginning. Right now, it's...
I don't know about that. I just honestly think they have potential. Like, SmackDown is good. I think it's... Here's what I've learned, right? After watching Raw consecutive, actually, a couple weeks in a row.
Tell me.
3 hours hurts it so much.
Yeah, you thought cruiserweights would help that, but not at all. Not at all, actually.
3 hours is so long.
Yeah, that is longer. Well, with commercial breaks, but commercial breaks are there. You can't
You
ignore
look
that. That
at the
block of time
ratings.
is very long. Think about this. Like, we're both awake maybe 16 hours a day. That is a significant chunk of our day. That is a lot of our day. So that would mean a lot of our day would have to go to wrestling, and then the next day is 2 hours wrestling.
Yeah, you look at the ratings. The ratings have dropped since they went 3 hours.
Yes, but
they don't know. Even like Triple H is like in the Stone Cold podcast all the time. He's like, the 3rd hour Raw is really hard to write, and it's like, yeah, no shit. Why don't you do it?
How long has it been 3 hours? I don't know.
Since 2012.
It used to always be 2 hours before that.
Yes. Yeah.
What was their reasoning for adding that 3rd hour?
Money.
So they could have Job City.
They get more money.
They could have jobbers doing nothing.
They get more money from ads and stuff.
It's ridiculous. But they're having to spend more money because they have to run the program an hour longer.
I really hope that something happens and they just make it 2 hours because
I think this brand...
SmackDown is just like, even when there's a bad episode of SmackDown, it's still like doesn't feel like a grind because it's only 2 hours, right?
I agree. Yeah.
I went from being like 60% against this to like 100% against this. Like just
every week it keeps adding on and adding on.
This is the straw that broke the camel's back. This episode dragged on a lot. So
it's not just
like nothing
I
cool
think
happened.
The brand split in general, like, ugh. I was really intrigued and into it like maybe 2 months ago because it was still something fresh and new. But I don't know, man.
I think it has potential. I think the parent split has potential. I think it's just the writing team because that first episode of Raw that we went to.
Oh, it was magnificent.
Best Raw of the year, no doubt. Right?
Best, better than most pay-per-views. Guaranteed it'll be better than Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. So they can do it.
It just needs to be 2 hours. It just needs to be 2 hours. That extra hour of Raw, just make it main event or Superstars, and make main event Superstars like a bigger, more important thing, just a little bit more important. You don't need that hour. I've been thinking about it lately too. Like, if they're so worried about ratings and stuff like that, a lot of that has to go with like the bullshit that happens. Like, it just isn't a great show all the time. It's 3 hours long. That's ridiculously long. I don't want to sit there for 3 hours live every Monday. I have things to do. That's why I just watch recaps and watch clips and stuff like that, because I couldn't be bothered to watch these segments that drag on, you know. But another thing, a lot of people don't watch TV. Like, just aren't watching TV anymore. My parents this week, not even kidding, we've had cable TV for decades, everybody, but like at our house, my parents cut cable like just completely, because people don't really watch TV as much anymore. Why don't they? I don't know. They probably have a contract at USA, but once that ends, they should really consider running the shows on their own through the network.
Well, then you could do that, but like, how would you get new fans?
That's a good question. Have one show instead of two? I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, in 5 years, TV is going to be so much different than it is right now. Their viewers
I
are
agree
only
with
gonna
that,
drop.
but as of right now, I don't think that's a good move.
I know.
I just think 2 hours is just the way to go.
I think in the coming years, that is something they need to consider, because it's something they could totally do.
Yeah, and
I thought about that too. I thought, okay, how are they going to get new fans? How are they going to get people who don't already have the network? Have, like, one of their shows be available through a different, because it's all going to be streaming services soon. Have one of their shows be available through a streaming service, like, I don't know, like on Netflix. Well, Netflix doesn't really
if
have
they
like
had
a live
Netflix,
system. What?
if they added new episodes to Raw to Netflix, that'd
And
be
they
good.
cut it
I
up
don't know
and
how
did
you would do that.
something. Or
I don't know how you would do that.
Netflix added like a live feature or something. They need to run the. I don't know. Like, there's just something something is not appealing to me about sitting on my couch for 3 hours to watch.
Something needs to change. That's what we're saying.
Something needs to change. It's because there's so many segments and so many things that happen that do not matter, and I don't know. Like, I just don't care to watch Titus O'Neil to have interviews about being a football player. Like, they're just doing that out of like necessity for time to have something fill that time.
Or
And it's
Bo
like,
Dallas's push.
It literally those don't matter. I'm not gonna remember it in 2 months from now once it's over. I'm not gonna care about Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas' feud. I understand that low card stuff has to happen, but it's just bad. It's so bad. If there was only 2 hours, it wouldn't fucking happen.
Hey, do you want to watch Bailey and Dana Brooke have an arm wrestling match?
They could do interesting things with Bailey and Dana Brooke too. That's just bad, right? Like, who fucking cares? It's so dumb. It's so stupid.
All right. Well, let's get on to the actual parts of Raw that mattered.
Well, we covered most of what.
Yeah, but best part of the week.
No, I'm saying the best part of the week was. I'll tell you what my favorite part was.
Okay. Well, it's the list of Jericho being stolen, right?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's like the thing that held Raw together. That saved Raw.
This
It
last
was hilarious.
month, like Jericho, but mostly Jericho, holds Raw together. Like,
Yeah, it's
if he
kinda
was
funny,
not
though.
there, it'd be such bland bullshit. Like, I love Seth and Kevin, but even then it's just the same stuff.
Do you feel like Kevin Owens like toned it down a little since he's come champ?
Maybe I want to see him by himself and not just with Jericho, because
Yeah,
Jericho
I
talks so
agree.
much more than him.
He does. Jericho's kind of like the one that steals the spotlight most of the time. Actually, you're right. Yeah.
And he doesn't wrestle so much when he has the belt now.
Yeah, when he first got it, he wrestled like every week. Now, not so much.
Yeah, because there was 2 weeks when it was just before this. I think the last match they had was a tag team match with the New Day, because there were the two Jericho matches with Seth, and I'm like, he just doesn't wrestle that much. And then the only other match I can remember from that was the steel cage match with Roman. Like, I don't know, but I love Kevin. I'm not worried about Kevin.
I'm not worried either.
Worried about how
he's
they
gonna have a good
present-
title run.
I'm worried about how they present the show to us.
Yeah.
Like
I
WWE
think-
Network, the pay-per-view. I know we're kind of. I brought it that topic back. I don't mean to, but
No, you're good.
WWE Network, the paying $10 a month for pay-per-views. That's brilliant. You keep that going, but find a way like that. Like brilliant idea. Find another one like that where it works for everybody. I don't know. Like that's perfect. Pay-per-views aren't always perfect, but that like way of giving us the content's great.
Yeah, maybe work out a deal with USA somehow. I don't know. I don't think USA would ever take this offer because they have not a lot to gain from it. But have Raw on USA and the network.
Would you? Yeah, but I'm saying they wouldn't do it for free. How about I'll ask you this: would you pay $15 a month for the network if it had Raw and SmackDown?
If Raw and SmackDown was better, yeah, I would.
Well, what if Raw
Actually,
and
no,
SmackDown
you know
was
what? I
better
would.
because it was on the network and they were getting more
would.
money for it?
I would.
I'm saying I 100% would because
Because the content on the network is so good.
if that would only make SmackDown and the content, the exclusive content of the network, be better because they'd have more of a budget. But also, I would even if they didn't change anything and they just raised if the network's price started at $15 and we still got everything we got right now, I still wouldn't feel gypped off because it's so worth it.
Mm-hmm.
The network is one of the best streaming services there are, like just out there in general. I mean, you have to be a wrestling fan, but as far as like what you get for your money, like it's ridiculous.
Definitely. Yeah. Anyways,
I'm sorry, I got off topic.
No, you're good. The list of Jericho. So, I like the segment with Jericho going back and he sees like Titus O'Neil. I know you mentioned that we hate Titus O'Neil, but he's like, where'd you see it? And then Titus is like, oh, I didn't see it. He's like, oh, you're no help to me. Nice scarf, by the way. Thanks. And then he's like, and then Jinder Mahal is helping him like with a breathing exercise. He's like, I want the list, not breathing.
And then he finally gets it back from Braun. He's like, bah!
I didn't like that because it was like really anticlimactic.
Yeah, I wish he just like found it fucking.
You know what would have been funny?
Or it was like a
You know,
trap.
it was a
set by
missed
Seth.
opportunity. You know what would have been a really good missed opportunity?
The ultimate opportunist. What?
No, he walks. He's going like, Kevin, I couldn't find it. And then Kevin turns around and he's holding it.
Oh, that'd been really good.
And then Kevin like hands it to him and Chris is like, oh, did you read it? And he's like, no, I didn't read it at all.
And then
Chris is like,
Kevin
"Are
just
you-"
goes, "You need to stop with this bullshit. It's distracting. We gotta focus on us."
And you could do that, I guess. But I like the idea of him being like, no, I didn't read it.
Even though Kevin is on the list.
Because we all know Kevin's on the list, right?
Oh, he's on the list. Everybody's on the list but Chris Jericho.
Yeah, and he's like gonna be like, no, you're not on the list. And he's like, making sure he didn't read it because he's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's like when you hand
that
your
sounds
mom.
really good to me.
It's like whenever you hand your mom your phone, like to look at a picture, and she starts swiping.
And you're like, no, don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jericho will not be a thing past Sunday. That's what I'll tell you.
I don't think Jericho's doing anything at the pay-per-view, so he's definitely going to be involved in the match somehow.
100%. Do you think Triple H will be involved in the match at all?
I hope.
I sure hope so. That makes it.
Because the storyline can't go anywhere unless he comes back.
The last really interesting thing that happened on Raw, like the last big Raw moment, was Triple H in that match, and that was a long time ago.
Yep, you're
like
right.
that was a big moment. That was like, wow, Raw was really good this week. Like, no doubt better than SmackDown. Like, is it just something happened?
Right. I mean, to be fair though, there's probably a good episode of Raw like once a month.
Once a month, yeah. Like, good, not like just average. Good.
Yeah.
There's
like
an
one
average
worth
episode more often than just.
But that's not good enough. I don't think it's good.
Oh yeah, I don't want a week in week out average. Like until like 3 months ago, I was a pay-per-view only guy. I'm not gonna lie. I just only watch pay-per-views. I'm gonna be guilty of that because there wasn't much of a reason for me to watch SmackDown, and Raw was mostly the same stuff every week. So I just watched the pay-per-views and kind of get filled in through the promos and like what I was getting updated through with Social Network and stuff like that, like clips that were being uploaded. I could just watch those real quick. And I was like, okay, this brand split's here. That's going to make things more interesting. And so now I watch Raw and SmackDown. Like, I watch what happens during them. but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that random? Was that completely random what I just said?
No, it was. All right, let's move on then. So later in the night, we had the triple threat: Seth Rollins, Jericho, and KO.
Oh, you bet.
And Seth Rollins won. He pinned them both. And then they attacked Seth, and then Kevin Owens eventually, after a bunch more fighting, gave him the pop-up power bomb, or the apron power bomb, I should say.
Right on the back. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it
it's
really
supposed to. Yeah, I actually really like this because it was the first time in this feud that we've actually seen them show that they like hate each other physically.
Yeah, I was watching this. I'm like, okay, yeah, this feud's good. Like, I thought I was in my head, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm watching Seth and Kevin feud, and it should be like balls out, like really crazy, because like these.
And
are
this is it. This is it. This was. I thought this was actually really good.
This is
And
the moment where I was like, yeah, this feud's reaching its potential, and this Hell in a Cell match could be really good.
it could be, yeah.
You know, it's not gonna have a clean finish, but it's gonna be really good.
Here's the thing, though. He did the apron power bomb, which it's like equivalent to Randy Orton's punt kick from back in the day, except it doesn't. Like Randy Orton's punt kick, if he kicked you in the head, you were out for like months. This won't take you out for months, but like he did it to John Cena. John Cena was out for a week. He did it to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was out for like a month. Now he does it here to Seth Rollins. So Seth's probably going to show up to Hell in a Cell with like one of those bandages around his waist.
Oh man, it's a real life
Or his
bandage,
stomach.
right?
There's definitely going to be some in-ring psychology aimed towards that powerbomb in the apron.
Yeah, I agree. He
did
did have
it-
rib problems like a month ago. He was like having them.
Oh, yeah, damn. Yeah, but this is definitely was a thing that happened. It's a thing that's going to happen.
The feud's reaching its potential. Clash of Champions match was good. Like, I'm like, this is good. There's good wrestling going on here. But like the Jericho interference was a little bit of a weak way in the match.
You know what I liked about this? Whenever I said Jericho kind of steals Kevin Owens' spotlight, Jericho went to the back, and then he left them to fight. I think they knew that Jericho was taking the spotlight too much, and they were like, all right, well, the match is actually between these two, so go out there and do stuff between them. Because Chris Jericho didn't come back out.
Yeah.
And it was a good move, I think.
Otherwise, they're making Seth look really good. He pinned both of them. I mean,
what do you think of his face turn so far?
I like it a lot. I mean, he needs like a big face moment, which he hasn't had yet.
Triple H.
Yeah, he would destroy because destroy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be like a huge moment for him. Like he needs like a huge pop where you're like, yes, fucking Seth. A bigger. I like how his biggest pop was when he cashed in and he was totally a heel. Everybody was still really happy about it.
I think his biggest pop was when he returned. Or whenever he beat Roman Reigns.
That was huge.
Remember when he beat Roman Reigns clean? We were watching it in sheets on my phone.
That was really great. That was one of my favorite wrestling moments.
We were like, Roman's just going to beat Seth. It's whatever. And so we went to
I
sheets.
thought Seth was going to win. I honestly did think Seth was going to win.
Really? Like, you thought he was going to cheat, though?
No.
You really thought he was going to beat Roman clean?
I don't know. I don't know. Dean won the Money in the Bank that night. I didn't think Roman was leaving that night as champ, and he was.
I didn't think anything was gonna happen
at all.
And so we left our friend's house while we were watching it. We went to Sheets and we got food, and we were sitting there at the table, and
we probably looked really stupid because whenever
we watched
Dean
on my phone, we watched the whole match, and then Seth won, and we were like, oh my.
We were like, yeah, because I love Seth.
No way. And then Dean came up. Dean was our favorite wrestler. Like. I wouldn't say that. He was our group's favorite wrestler. He still is. I'm actually gonna be Dean for Halloween. It's not a joke.
Yeah, it's because at that time Dean was like the mystical one, where it was like, where's the potential? He's the one where we don't know what he could do with the title.
Go back, watch the first episode ever or first video on our YouTube channel called "Problem with Dean Ambrose." I explain why. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he won, and we were like, oh my god, this is amazing. We were trying to like contain ourselves.
Yeah, we like got up. There were a bunch of teenagers there who look cooler than us. They're like, "What are these kids yelling about? They're watching a dumb video on their phone."
And we'll be like, "Hey, frick you guys! In a year, we're gonna have a podcast with 200 million subscribers."
Wow, 200 million, bigger than Pootie Tang.
Hey, PewDiePie's channel's actually gotten better.
I didn't say
Not
he was
li-
bad. I just said he was
not lying.
bad.
Anyways, let's
Seth
just.
Rollins is wow. That was a good voice crack. Seth Rollins' face turn. I'm waiting for that big moment, but I love him. It gives me a reason I'm allowed to root for him and not because I mean he should have been faced the moment he came back.
I don't agree with that at all.
I know you said the Shield triple threat, but it was really forced whenever he came back and everybody was cheering for him. He was like, nah, you can't cheer for me. You guys weren't. I ripped up your
Maybe not like
thank you
that.
letters.
But he still should have acted like a heel.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have said that stuff to the crowd. It made it come off.
No, that was
so
dumb. He still should have been like, Dean, you gotta give me my title back.
Yeah.
He
But
should
literally,
have
what's-
said that stuff to the crowd though.
What's happening right now with him and Kevin and Jericho is exactly what he was doing to other people when he was in the Authority. So
Yeah, now he's like, oh man, this ain't right.
yeah,
But he's more like a anti-hero badass like that. Even though he's out there saying sparkle nuts, which is really dumb.
Sparkle.
Because that was so rehearsed. Sparkle crotch. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta get that right. It's gonna be on a shirt soon. Can we please get a Sparkle crotch shirt?
I saw a guy on campus the other day with a Seth frickin' Rollins shirt. I was like, nice shirt.
See, I like that shirt, but I couldn't buy it. I couldn't go around my campus wearing a shirt that said a man's name and just freaking. There's something
You're
very,
right.
there's something very fruity about that.
I don't know. Yeah, his other shirt's cooler to me anyway. But
Yeah, he needs a really, I don't know. He
yeah.
needs a cool
I'm
shirt.
still on the edge about his face turn. I'll be honest.
You don't want him to
because-
be face?
No, I just don't know how to think about it yet.
I
He
think,
hasn't
I think
like
you gotta
completely
let it-
won me over.
I think you gotta let it grow. I think it's because Raw. I don't think it's just him. I think Raw's fucking with everybody right now.
Maybe, yeah.
Like Cesaro could be doing so much better, but they're writing him not well. Bailey.
No, we don't know that yet.
Bailey's.
He's in the middle of a storyline. We don't know where he's going to be after said storyline. That's the point.
Yeah, Bailey's being written terribly. Like,
Bailey is literally being written in a storyline that's just going to make her last longer on the or before she goes to the title.
She just needs something to do. It's so blatantly obvious. But anyways, so that's the main
Alright,
event
well,
stuff
let's-
for the week.
Do you want to do like rapid fire for the rest of it?
Oh, rapid fire as heck because
Rapid
Raw was
fire,
not
alright.
good. Enzo Amore
Alright.
defeats Carl Anderson.
Fuck that.
Enzo and Cass won.
Didn't Carl
Dirty.
Anderson fight Big Cass last week? Why is Luke Gallows not fighting him?
Was it Carl Anderson last week too?
Yeah, because Carl Anderson's the fall guy, remember?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. They're
Okay,
both
whatever.
bald. What are you talking about? Fuck you.
I said fall guy, not bald guy.
What's a fall guy?
Like the guy who always takes the pinfall.
Oh, okay. Got
The
it.
bald guy.
I'm like, they're both bald, you fuck.
Did you see the video of them with Tyler Breeze and Zack Ryder on the Ouija board?
I didn't, but I'm sure it was spooky.
They're like, oh man, and then somebody. What was that impression of the video?
I don't know.
oh man, and then somebody commented because they were talking to Ghost, and it's like they're trying to talk to their New Japan Pro Wrestling career.
All I'm
Okay.
saying is they're gonna win at what are we talking? HIAC. They're gonna win because
HIC 2K16.
I know it doesn't really matter, but Enzo and Cass don't need to win that much. People will still love them. Fucking Bullet Club's gotta win.
All right. Hey. Okay, when this match started, who do you think was going to win?
Oh, well, since Enzo and Cass won last week, I would have assumed the club.
Yeah, and you were wrong. So
Yeah,
guess what?
I was wrong.
So
They're
guess
not
what?
going to lose 3 in a row.
So
I-
guess what?
Did-
Oh, okay. How many times did it lose to the New Day in a row?
well, they're the New Day, so they couldn't lose. New Day's the tag team John Cena, dude.
Did you predict them to win twice in a row?
Hey, dude, I want to hear from you.
You're okay. That's my point, though. Okay. All right. Next,
It's
Cesaro
been
and
really bad
Sheamus.
with the club. Bad going for the club. Not even there.
Let's move on. I don't want to talk about them anymore.
We
Makes me
talk
sad.
about them all the time. Like
Makes me sad.
It makes me
really
sad. Cesaro and Sheamus defeat Raw Tag Team Champions The New Day. Holy shit! Finally.
That means the New Day's not winning on Sunday, or they are winning on Sunday.
I'm telling you, New Day's gonna lose on Sunday.
No,
I'm
they're
kidding.
not. No, they're not. No,
Completely
they're not after
kidding.
this.
All
right.
But I
Bayley
think
and
Cesaro
Dana
and
Brooke.
Sheamus could be tag team champions in the
They
future.
could be eventually, but not yet.
Give it a month or two, and if they still have it going and there's still Cesaro, I hope so because I like Cesaro so much. Put him in anything. And Sheamus, I like Sheamus has warmed up on me. Did you watch Cesaro went to a live show and
Yeah.
and Sheamus wasn't there, so he got a cut off.
Stand up. And he's like holding it up. Senior cheers for who? Yeah. That was funny.
See, I love that shit. Like wrestling can be so dumb, but I love that. It's so dumb. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's move on here because rapid fire. We got to get through this stuff because
I'd rather talk about more important
So,
things.
Bayley and Dana Brooke arm wrestling match. Who cares? This was dumb. This is
Literally, I
terrible.
was watching live to an extent, and I just saw the setup of a arm wrestling. I'm like, why? Why? Please, why? It sounds as random as Big Show in a sumo wrestling match. Why?
Yep. Yeah, except it's worse. All right, I don't want to talk about that anyway.
I keep going.
It's a podcast. We got to talk about it. All right.
It's so blatantly obvious they're just trying to find something to do with Bayley to waste her time until she has a title.
Bayley's winning on Sunday. We all know that.
Plus, did she? I don't even remember. Did she win or lose the arm wrestling match?
Dana Brooke beat her up.
By the way, people agree with us that Raw sucks because the crowd was like, "This is boring. This is boring. This is stupid."
Yeah. All right.
How couldn't it be?
Yeah.
Bo Dallas
Bo
defeats
Dallas.
Curtis Axel. Are you surprised?
No, but I think Curtis Axel, like, I wouldn't mind seeing him more often in this role as like a face wearing actual ring gear with an actual like momentum and stuff. I enjoyed seeing him here, but Bo Dallas, in my opinion, is just so terrible. I really hate him. I used to love him, but the Bo Dallas that they have on TV now is so different than the one that they had back when he debuted. That
He was an entertaining heel back then. Really entertaining.
he was
too.
he was delusional.
Yeah, and
Now they're trying to make him a serious guy holding up Trump signs. That's what they are, Trump signs. And he's like,
believe in me. I'm gonna beating you up. You reap what you sow. Believe in Bo.
the one thing I kind of do like those little monologues. They're dumb,
doesn't
but
do them
they're
anymore,
kind of
so-
weird.
he doesn't really do them anymore. So.
I know, like but I'm gonna believe in Bo.
Yeah, but what's the point?
It's not like I don't know why I should believe him. He's never gonna be in a main event. He's never gonna hold a title other than NXT. He had the NXT title. Can you believe that?
Yeah. And he's literally he's literally been a jobber for he's the lowest rated person in 2K17.
It's really sad.
He has an overall of
because
67.
It's really sad that the fact that NXT superstars work for so long and they have to worry about whether, like, the track record is not very good. Like, they have to worry about being in the main roster and just going to shit. Like, they could reach their full potential in NXT because the WWE writers don't care.
I want Tyler Breeze to go back to NXT because he was the MVP of that show. He used to put on match after match after match. So good. Like, he never won any of them, but, like, he put on matches against Sami Zayn, Neville. He put one on against Finn Balor. It was amazing. He put one on against Jushin Thunder. Like, they had Jushin Thunder Liger come in for one night. They're like, all right, Tyler Breeze, it's your job because you put on such good matches.
Yeah.
And he doesn't wrestle anymore, so I want him to go back to NXT.
In real sports,
if he wrestled, I'd be okay with it.
in real sports, whenever people aren't doing well, they send them back to the minor leagues. They send them back to AAA. How about in wrestling? If they don't have anything to do with somebody, send them back to developmental. Maybe some spark will come.
Although he's with Fabrice Breezango right now, so maybe they'll do something with. I really hope Breezango does something because I think they're great.
Yeah, I used to hate Tyler Breeze, but if they did something with Tyler Breeze, I'd. By the way, go back and listen to how I said hate there. I sounded Australian. Anyways, I didn't mean to do that, but he seems cool. If they did something with him, which they won't.
He's a great wrestler.
Yeah, I don't
He's a
know enough
great
about
wrestler.
him. I'll just be completely honest, but.
Okay, every week, whenever he first came out, every week he would come out and be like, guys, look at my new music video for my new hit song. and he would show the same clip every week, and it's just this theme song.
Okay, that's great. That's good. That's good. Do you think he should be in singles or in tag team?
I think he should be wrestling because he's so good.
He just doesn't wrestle. He doesn't wrestle at all.
I'm surprised too because WWE is really high on homegrown talent. Like that's why they love Roman Reigns so much.
Maybe
And,
he'll
like,
be in
Rusev.
the tag team Survivor Series match.
I mean, Ascension's out, so I hope they're in.
Yeah. So we have something even more important to talk about than Bayley arm wrestling match. How about the Golden Truth defeating the Shining Stars? Our boys, they lost.
I don't have anything to say to this, but I did watch Talking Smack earlier today, and like they had Heath Slater and Rhino come on, and they're like, "Yeah, we're rich now," and he's like, "Guess what? I just bought 5 stocks in Puerto Rico." And Daniel's like, "What?" And he pulls out these 5 like pieces of paper that literally just say 1 stock in Puerto Rico, and it has the Puerto Rico flag on it. And it's like, yeah, I bought these. And he's like, who sold those to? He's like, the Stars or something? And he's like, the Shining Stars? And he's like, yeah, they sold them to me for $100 each. They said I'm going to fly out with them next week. We're going to take a look at the property. See
If
what
they
I
have
got.
nothing to do with Shining Stars, which they don't, literally have them go to Puerto Rico and have like a series where they update every week on Raw. And they're actually on location in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, not
showing,
like on a fucking green screen like they used to do.
Yeah, but like actually be there. But like, I don't know, like show around different timeshares and be like, timeshare. But it'd be like,
actually try to like, I think they could turn, look, wrestling is so dumb, right? You could actually have the Shining Stars feud with Heath Slater and Rhino because the Shining Stars ripped Heath Slater off on timeshares.
yeah, that could 100% be
That sounds
feud.
good, right?
Not a main
I
event
said-
feud. They wouldn't do that.
Admit
Thank
it.
God.
Admit it. When I said that, you wanted to see that.
I mean, he would just gore him and it'd be over. But yeah,
Like, that sounds like it'd make a good promo and stuff, right?
yeah, it'd be dumb. It'd be so stupid, but be
But
entertaining.
it's wrestling, man.
Wrestling is the only fucking like medium of entertainment where a king
You have to
and his
suspend your
queen-
disbelief so much.
What'd you say?
You have to suspend your disbelief a lot.
Oh my God, it's the only place where you have to believe
In
that a
both.
man could be an undertaker, be a literal dead man, then become a biker, and it'd just be like, oh, what? So wait, he was a dead man and from hell, and his brother's from hell, but now he's just a regular human, and oh wait, now he's got his powers back, and what the fuck is wrestling?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's move on.
Do we like wrestling?
Yeah, I love it.
I love
Okay.
it.
Sasha Banks and
See, I
Shay,
always have these
reverse,
thoughts where I'm like, damn, wrestling's so dumb sometimes.
reverse battle royal. Reverse battle royal.
And I'm like, God, I could do so much better job than the writers. Like, I could do things. Like, but
hey, patch for 2K17 came out today. That means I can play universe mode again, and I can actually like do some self-booking stuff, and it's actually a lot of fun. So hey,
self-booking.
hey,
That's probably the main reason I get the game. Like, I would fucking.
yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And
I
it
need
tracks it tracks statistics too, so like you can see how many people like won a certain championship, how many weeks they held it for, stuff like that.
That's cool. Anyways,
so we
uh,
had the contract signing between Sasha Banks and Charlotte.
So did you notice that she's officially Charlotte Flair?
I don't. Is that official?
Yeah, they put it like I saw reports about it. Like she is just Charlotte Flair now.
Oh, I mean, I'm okay with that. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It adds like a word. Like you can still call her Charlotte, and it would mean nothing. But to people who don't know who she is, like if my dad were to somehow have the TV on and saw like flip through, we don't have cable anymore. And saw Charlotte Flair, like he would be like, oh, I love Ric Flair.
Right.
That's his daughter. Like I'll watch that real quick.
Do you
so
want
I
to
completely
see?
understand why they do that because
Yeah.
a lot of people know Ric Flair. A lot of people would care about his family and be like, wow, what's his daughter doing? So
Do you want to hear my
hey,
reenactment of this segment?
What'd you say?
Do you want to hear my reenactment of this whole segment?
Wait. Can I do a typical Sasha Banks promo?
Yeah, I was gonna do one too, but you go first, man.
All right, let's see who's more accurate. all right, we're doing the first women's Hell in a Cell match, and I ain't even scared at all, because I'm the boss. And Charlotte, you're not getting my title, because I'm the boss. And the boss. She's the worst. I love her, but
All
she's
right,
the worst.
here's my reenactment of the promo. You ready?
What?
Look, Charlotte, I'm the boss, and I am the WWE Women's Champion. Okay? And this is going to be history making. And Charlotte's like, sign the damn contract. And then they're like, I'm not scared. And Charlotte's like, I'm not scared. And then Mick Foley's like, you should be.
The only thing I hate about Hell in a Cell are the promos before it.
Are you not going to walk up the same person you were when you walked in?
It's so annoying how they're like, this is the worst thing ever. Blah, blah. It's so scary. Like, I know they have to, but it's
I'm sorry for anyone's headphones. They just exploded.
It's so overkill how much they're like, you've never been in Hell in a Cell. Seth Rollins is like, I've been in Hell in a Cell. I've been victorious in Hell in a Cell. Kevin, you don't know Hell in a Cell.
Kevin destroyed Hell in a Cell. The match nowadays isn't that dangerous.
I know, because they don't do any really big spots. I know
Watch
Shane
the
did this
first. Watch the first half of Shane and the Undertaker, and tell me that was dangerous.
year. Was it?
Anything? No, you don't remember it. Exactly, you don't remember it.
All I remember, well, I never watched the match. I'm gonna be honest here.
You didn't?
I only watched the spot.
Oh.
But because I assume that's really all that happened.
Yeah, well, you're right.
And the stipulations of the match didn't matter either. So what's it matter?
Yeah.
God, it would be so much better if he was running. I know it wouldn't, but if he was running both. Anyways.
It's funny though because like people say, "Oh, SmackDown's way better than Raw." I don't know what the Raw people are thinking, but both of them are run by Vince McMahon, right?
Yeah.
So what's the one difference between them?
Like people act like it's a real life, like a legitimate outside, not kayfabe competition between the two, and it is to an extent. But they're the same company, so it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah,
the same company is going to benefit no matter what. So they just care if they're doing well in general. And they care more about Raw ratings than they do SmackDown ratings.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on because.
It's easy to get off topic when there's.
Yeah,
so
we gotta
much to
hurry
care
up too
about.
because this is actually going a little over. So we gotta hurry up.
Oh, we're
here.
going over. We haven't even talked
Yeah.
about SmackDown yet.
Yeah. Well, not a lot happened there, but yeah.
All right.
We're going.
Well, I'm not even kidding. We're actually going to fire through. Rich
Okay.
Swann beating Brian Kendrick. Hell fucking
Cool.
yeah, Rich Swann's my boy.
Brian
You know
Kendrick
why?
had a.
You know why,
and
Joe?
Why?
Do you like Rich Swann?
I mean, yeah, I like him.
It's because you can't handle this.
Brian Kendrick and T.J. Perkins had the cringiest promo ever backstage again.
Yeah, I'd rather not watch those and just think, hey, Rich Swann is going to be the cruiserweight champ one
TJ.
day because he beat the number one contender. That's all that matters.
TJ, I need this. No, Brian, you don't need it. I'm out of lives, and you're not gonna hit the A button on me because this isn't 2K17.
I can't wait. They better do it. Like, he's going to be like, 2K17 is my game of the year. I fucking hate wrestling so much. Anyways.
It's so dumb.
I was actually
can't
watching
believe
Judgment
that.
Day 2006, and Brian Kendrick was in a tag team, and he beat Eminem for the tag team titles, and he looked so fucking young.
Yeah, he was really young when that happened. That's
So
why
young.
he became crazy and stuff. So
Yeah,
that's
and
why he left.
They were
first
wearing
time.
really weird ring attire. Anyways, it was cool seeing him. He did the same amount of flips and crazy shit
pretty much.
then that he does now. All right, so how about Brock Lesnar?
Braun Strowman refusing to battle Sami Zayn. It's pretty much same thing as last week. Same. If you want to listen to our thoughts on that, listen to last week's podcast. I think I'm scared for Sami Zayn. I don't think it ends well for him. But
I actually think it'll end well for him. I think they're going to use. I know it sounds dumb, sounds really unlikely, but instead of using Sammy for Braun to get over, they're going to use Braun for Sammy to get over.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know yet.
He was actually getting some offense on him, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And how about Brock Lesnar? This segment was actually really controversial because it actually ended early because Vince was pissed about it. What do you think?
Yeah,
about this
because
segment?
it didn't. Like they were supposed to chant for Goldberg, and I guess they were chanting Goldberg sucks, which they were in Brock Lesnar's hometown, so I don't know why they expected that to happen.
I agree, yeah.
But
Vince was pissed because he wanted people to root for Goldberg, but it's not as simple as a face gets cheered and a heel gets booed. People
it's not like that
still
anymore.
like heels, and some people don't like faces. It's just what happens.
Yeah, I feel like they should build the feud off more of their history rather than who's chanting for who.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people like Brock Lesnar, so why are you surprised that people were chanting for Brock Lesnar in his hometown? He was literally wearing a Suplex City shirt that was specific for the town they were in, because he's from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minneapolis. I'm sorry.
All right.
But
I don't know. I don't understand it, but
do you think Goldberg returns next week, or what's going to happen?
Yeah. I think he's been announced to return for next week.
I'd hope so. Do you think they'll have a confrontation next week?
Uh,
Now that's
I hope.
something that I'd be really interested in seeing. Like, I'm like, okay, I got to tune in to Raw because I want to see that.
Yeah.
Because the last few weeks it's been like, I know it sounds dumb, but phone. It's like been tag. It's like one person talks, the other person talks, one person talks, the other person talks, and they
all Brock
don't
Lesnar
really
feuds
talk
are
to
these
each other.
days.
They're talking to like what they said, and
Yeah.
which it makes sense. Like, it keeps it going. But I don't know. I'm excited when I hear about when the match will be, because Survivor Series is November 20th, so I'm hoping it's then.
Yep. All right. So now that was Raw.
We
We already
Raw,
talked
did
about-
they talk about any of the Survivor Series like setups?
No, because they're focusing more on Hell in a Cell. They'll probably do it this week.
Yeah, the only thing that I know of, we start on SmackDown, is all I know is that Hype Bros is going to be one of the tag teams. That's all I know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, they deserve it.
Yeah, I like Hype Bros.
All right.
I mean, they probably won't ever
All right.
have the tag titles, but they're fun.
So, what did you think about SmackDown?
Oh, it was pretty okay. Nothing
Yeah, I
crazy
agree.
good.
I agree. Yeah.
Like, there was no moment where I was like, wow, this was much watch on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
The last really good SmackDown was all the stuff leading up to the Miz and Dolph match, but mostly the promo whenever he said he was gonna retire. Like, that stuff was just amazing.
That was really good.
But
and,
since then, it's just been fine. Wow, voice cracked.
they got a while till Survivor Series, so they're, we're probably not going to see proper builds toward a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I liked what happened in the main events. We can talk about the main event later, but they've been kind of like, it almost feels like they stopped time. Like, they stopped the AJ and Dean feud, kind of, to have all this Ellsworth stuff go on for a little bit.
I feel like Ellsworth is actually like kind of helping the feud go forward.
Definitely. Like, he is a chip there. Like, he had nothing to do with it before. It was a joke. But, like, what happened in the end of the SmackDown this week actually, like, is keeping the feud going. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, it ended, and I was like, oh, damn it. Like, I actually had, like, an emotional
James was
reaction
so sad.
to it. Like, I
James
didn't
was
just...
so sad too.
What?
James was so sad.
Oh, I know. I felt so bad for James, but I felt so bad for Dean, because,
Like-
Dean didn't want him there.
Yeah, and like talking smack, they were talking to him, and he's like, "Man, I cost him an opportunity at the championship. I feel terrible." And then Daniel's like, "Do you think he's gonna beat the shit out of you?" And he's like, "Well, I probably deserve it."
Oh, he literally, like, I wouldn't even be surprised he said that. But I love James Ellsworth. Oh, I need that shirt.
I do too. Yeah, we should get it. We'll split it.
We'll split our own.
Anyways, we'll talk about the actual match and stuff later. But anyways,
So
Bray Wyatt and Kane.
people are
going
gonna pretend like this is a big deal. I hope they don't, because I think WWE has no idea what they're doing with this. Randy Orton, our boy Randy, he has voices in his head, betrayed Kane. What did you think about that?
Yeah, this is all just to get in Bray Wyatt's head, definitely.
Like, I don't think it's gonna lead anywhere. Like, I just think it was a swerve moment because they wanted a swerve moment.
He literally did this exact same thing before his match with Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 31.
Do you think like it's gonna lead to anything? Like, do you think he's gonna join the Wyatt family?
No.
Like, that would actually be kind of interesting. I mean,
It'd be interesting, but he's not gonna. It's not real.
people were
Like, he's not
comparing it to
actually gonna
Daniel
do
Bryan, like he used the Wyatt family to get over.
He was supposed to stay in the Wyatt family for a really long time, but then everyone was like, "When you want Daniel, yeah." So then it lasted like a week.
Yeah, well, especially with Randy Orton, they're not gonna have him join the Wyatt family. Also, Kane has nothing to do with this. Like, they just shoehorn him in whenever they can, and it's annoying. Like, Kane has nothing to do with this feud.
Yeah.
It's just
whatever.
weird. But if the moment leads to something, I'll like it.
All right. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah. I don't think it will though.
I don't think it will. It had some people go, whoa, oh yeah, as far as like the episode goes, but as far as like the actual storylines leading anywhere, like it's just kind of an odd moment. But then again, there would have been nothing to talk about if it just ended. The match it was just Bray defeated Kane and that was it. Like
Pretty much.
you and I just be like, okay, whatever. This just gave Bray something to do and Randy was on the side. But hey, something happened. I'll give him something.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
All right. So what do you think about Alexa Bliss dressing as Gold Dust? Does that make your genitalia question itself a little bit?
Not really.
You sure?
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I did.
So you think Gold Dust, a middle-aged, kind of chubby, kind of weird-looking man mixed with a very hot girl is a good combination?
No, I just thought it was like neat that she did it. I wasn't thinking about that.
We're gonna talk about Alexa Bliss every week. Like, this is,
I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not okay with
Alexa
that.
Bliss is very attractive. Wow. Well, so Becky Lynch is back. That's actually a big deal. Like something
I
happened.
second that.
And you know what? You know what surprised me? Like you're the Becky person. Like you really like Becky. I saw her back and I saw her smiling, and I was like legitimately really happy she was back. I was like, yeah, Becky's back. That's awesome. Becky's awesome.
Cause
Like
she's lovable.
like I had that like emotional reaction. Like not just oh cool. I had like a wow, Becky's back. Like I smiled. I was just like that's cool. I feel like Bailey's the one who eventually should have that, where you're like, yeah, Bailey, she's awesome. Like just happy, just happy.
She's stuck doing stupid
But
stuff.
she's doing bullshit. But Becky, I'm like, yeah, Becky's the champ. Becky is actually like gonna have a real match. Like I'm just really excited for her to have an actual match.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also that Women's Survivor Series, so it's not like her and Becky, her and Alexa are gonna have that title match for a while.
No, they're gonna have it in like 2 weeks. So SmackDown.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's good then. You give us a reason to watch SmackDown.
I thought this was a good segment though.
That was a good segment.
They're both. I think both of them are like the two best women on the SmackDown roster.
I think there's potential for a lot of other ones.
As of right now, they're the best.
Yeah. Only problem I have is Alexa's promos end up being very samey.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with anything Alexa wants to do. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
So Hype Bros defeats the Ascension in a SmackDown Live 10-on-10 traditional Survivor Series tag team elimination and qualifying match.
No surprise here.
Yeah.
Hype Bros are good.
Hype Bros are good.
The Ascension is.
Zack Ryder's awesome, and Mojo Rawley. They make me stay hype. So they're cool. They're cool.
Hey, I'm proud of you, buddy.
What?
I'm proud that you're hype.
No, I'm not hype. I'm staying hype.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was really cringy, wasn't it?
Yeah, but no, I like the Hype Bros, and I think this is a good move. I didn't know they had more than 5 tag teams.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you at the beginning of the show. I completely forgot. Like a week ago, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask Joe to name how many girls there are on Raw, like women that are on Raw. Like name 3 who aren't the main.
The
4.
top one. Summer Rae, Nia Jax. Does Paige count?
You told me Paige wasn't ever gonna be on TV ever again.
You're
so
right.
Probably not.
That's it.
You only named 2.
Yeah.
What about Emelina? She's.
Really
yeah. She's really gonna make waves, right, Emelina?
Emma before she got injured was really good.
Yeah, I don't remember Emma at all.
She wore like a weird shoulder thingy with spikes on it and would like beat people up. And then she got injured and now she's this. I don't know. I don't get it. We haven't been talking about it though because it's really dumb. I think and it's really forgettable.
All I'm saying is Zack Ryder's got to be a pretty happy guy.
He's a happy guy.
Because Emma is pretty attractive.
There's no way he can't be.
There's no way what?
He can't be happy.
Oh, I mean, he's dating her, so hey.
He's hype.
What?
He's hype.
He's hype. That's what stay hype means.
All right. So then we got Nikki Bella defeating Natalya to become captain of a elimination tag match. This means that Natalya is going to be on the team because they don't have enough women, so they just had Nikki to win to become captain.
Yeah, I like Natalia. Like, why is Natalia? Is it?
Because she's old. I guess she's older now, so she has to put people over.
Is she face or heel?
She's heel.
She should be a face. Like, she's so. Like, I like Natalia. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and
I'm iffy.
can you even like? It's hard to even like. She's not a mean person, really. Like, you're iffy on Natalia. I don't know. Like, she's obviously past her prime. She only won the women's title once.
Really?
It was near her debut. Yeah, I think she could have another run.
Wow. Yeah, she deserved another run.
I think she deserves new ring attire. It looks so bad.
Yeah, it does. I think she just needs something. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe to never be associated with the Chicago screw job.
I forgot about the Chicago
Those
screw
were one of the
job.
worst moments of the year. It was so dumb.
That was terrible.
Oh, it was terrible. I don't even remember when that was. It was earlier in the year, though.
Yeah.
All right. SmackDown is so much quicker to get through.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? I love Heath and Rhino. They've been every week lately. Because around when they won the title, I wasn't caring as much. But lately, I've been like, oh, Heath and Rhino are awesome. Do you agree?
Yeah, they're awesome. I'm not talking smack. They're like, you guys are going to be champs. You're probably going to be leading the charge on the 10-on-10 Survivor Series tag team match. And they're like, how are you going to unify everybody? And Rhino's like, free Cheese Whiz and crackers for all.
I feel like they could have had Rhino be super serious and then we would have been fine. But they made him funny. It's just that much better.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love them. And, so The Miz and Dolph had another promo. Which, I mean, it's fine. They don't... Like, they're not as good as they used to. Like, not that. Their feud is on the low point.
Yeah, their feud isn't as interesting right now. Like, I feel
Miz needs to do something.
But they don't have anything else for Miz to do. Like, they keep having the Spirit Squad be a thing, and it's not really going anywhere. Like, I really want to be excited, like, have big moments for Dolph as IC champ. But, I don't know. It's not like... It's not like them doing the same thing every week's going to cause them to have big moments. Like, Dolph as champ is super exciting. Like, he can handle that. I've been watching a lot of Jim Cornette shoots lately, just like his thoughts on stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was like, one of them was Jim Cornette's thoughts on Dolph and Miz. He was like, he doesn't watch that much WWE because he doesn't like the company that much since he left. He's like, I just flipped on the channel the week or two ago, and I saw this guy. He reminded me of, I don't even remember the guy's name, but he reminded me of whatever this guy. And Dolph Ziggler is such a good worker. He has the great look. He has just the great character. He's such a good wrestler, such a good worker. And they have him facing the fucking Miz. The Miz is awful. He was like, the Miz, his wrestling ability is pretty low. His character's fucking annoying. And I was like, oh. He said the Miz reminded him of an annoying middle schooler. And I was like, oh.
Well, he probably hasn't seen his Talking Smack promo and stuff.
Yeah, his promo wise. You know Miz is mostly there for promos, but jeez.
Yeah, that's
Except
Jim Cornette,
their No Mercy match was really good.
I watched an interview with Jim Cornette where he said that he's trying to outlive Vince Russo just so he can pee on his grave.
Oh yeah, he really hates him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a video of like a shit list of all of his least favorite people, and Vince Russo was number one.
Oh yeah, I watched it. That was the video I watched. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I knew that. I've been watching so much Jim Cornette stuff lately. Like, I think
he's entertaining.
What? He's very entertaining. He knows a lot about wrestling, and he's kind of a dick. But I mean, he's one of those guys where like I don't dislike him. You can just tell he knows a lot and he's passionate about it.
Uh-huh.
But the way he talks is so toxic. So he called Dixie Carter a fucking whore trash bag twat.
Oh my god.
he used way more like bad words than that. It was so bad. I need to find.
That's a little far.
What?
That's a little far.
Oh yeah. Like he says whatever the fuck he wants to say, and he doesn't even care.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, that's why he was like, "Fucking Miz is a waste of fucking life."
Yeah. Yeah. I
Anyways,
know what you mean
this feud, you can tell it's gonna hopefully end soon, and it'll probably get less of tension after the Survivor Series stuff starts.
They need to cool down a little bit before they do something else cool.
Yeah, and I hope Dolph has like a big moment as like a leader of the pack in the Survivor Series.
Ooh, that'd be a good moment.
Yeah, because he's the IC title holder. He's gonna do something. He better have a good run. He better, because you can tell it's like it's gonna be like potentially one of his last runs.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Or you put him in the main title scene.
Oh,
I think he deserves it.
Yeah, I think you could do a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry,
with him.
I'm kind of being stupid because he was just in one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year having a world title match, but he wasn't meant to be there.
Yeah, it wasn't like he didn't earn back then the title match that he's earned right now.
Well, they also wouldn't let him earn it.
He's changed a lot.
Because they just didn't put on a good match. Like all that card was really good, and all those matches could have been really good, and we could have been like, whoa, like we could have been exhausted from such a really good night of wrestling. But it was just a pretty okay night of wrestling instead.
Yeah, that whole show was dumb.
Not the whole show. I completely disagree.
The way they booked it was dumb.
Yeah. The order of matches was pretty shitty. So all we got left is AJ and Dean.
Yeah, this match was really good. They're the two best on SmackDown, no doubt, and
they're so good at wrestling.
They always have great matches. Like that, I don't think they've had a bad one yet.
They're so good at wrestling, and all this stuff just makes me like Dean so much more. Like I love AJ.
Yeah, Dean's awesome. Dean and James Ellsworth is great. I don't know what he's gonna do next week too. You know.
Yeah.
In regards to James Ellsworth,
I can tell like he's letting James come to the ring. You know some shit's gonna happen, and for a while I thought it was actually because he felt bad because AJ was beating the shit out of James, like fucking destroying him, like doing as many kicks to him as he could and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe Dean cared about him because he didn't want him getting hurt. No, he just didn't want him there because he's like, I don't care that much. Because Dean was only ever using James to fuck with AJ anyways.
Right. I don't know. I think they have a good chemistry. I think all three of them have a good chemistry. I think if I have an honest prediction, I think Dana's going to book the match. Dean versus James Ellsworth, and the winner fights AJ Styles.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's going too far with the James Ellsworth stuff.
Because then Dean's like, oh, I got to put him down.
That's a little bit too much with the James Ellsworth stuff.
Well, it's not going to end right here. It's not ending like he's gonna come back next week.
Oh yeah, he'll be here next week. But I'm saying like.
But like next week would be the end of it. Like he would lose to Dean, and then that would be the end of it.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't mind.
Do you think they'll ever mix him with anybody else other than Dean? Like actually have him have a spot on the show every now and then?
I don't know. Honestly,
like it was just a joke.
He reminds
but
me,
now we're just kind of like we're used to it. Like James Ellsworth's a part of SmackDown.
He could be put in like a Hornswoggle role, like a comedy role.
Yeah.
And he'd be perfect there. I think that could work.
This is only helping him because I know he was a local competitor a few months ago, and like now he's important. You know, this is probably like I follow him on Instagram. He's got a family. I think he runs his own promotion.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey, the more he's there, the more money he's making.
He posted a picture on Instagram after SmackDown. I was like, oh, hope Dean still loves me. And then Chris Jericho commented on it. Did you see this?
Oh, I didn't.
He commented on it. It's like he left 2 comments. It's like, no chance, Ellsworth, you blew it.
I love social media with wrestlers because it's just like,
no chance, Ellsworth.
Wait, Chris Jericho's Instagram today, or no, it was like a few days ago. His story was just him wearing an afro and driving, and he just goes, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know how
his son was in like
work.
the driver in like the passenger seat wearing like a hot dog suit. He's like driving my son to school.
I still don't know how Instagram stories work. I haven't looked at them.
Anyways, do you think Dean's gonna win the title back from AJ?
No.
I think there's a 10.
No, I don't think so at all. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, maybe because then. If Dean would have to have a short run because everybody's gonna want AJ to have it back.
Who's the top heel on SmackDown?
Talia.
No, fuck you. It's AJ. And WrestleMania, big match has to be heel versus face. AJ's gonna hold it to WrestleMania and then drop it probably to John Cena.
Wow, you think it's gonna be that long? Oh my God, they're building that so well then because there's been so much stuff about John not being able to beat AJ.
Yeah, and
you
also
know it has to go somewhere eventually. It won't just end with John Cena lost that feud
also John Cena tying Ric Flair in the main event of WrestleMania.
against somebody who we thought he could never beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's such good booking. God damn it, Joe. See,
2K17.
I'm just not used to guys holding it that long. But he totally could hold it that long.
I think Kevin Owens can hold it that long too.
Oh, I don't think so.
Uh,
He won't hold it past Royal Rumble.
Unless you want to do Seth versus Finn.
Seth versus Finn.
There's a rumor that apparently they want to have Brock come in and take the Universal title. No,
please no.
Terrible idea.
You can't, when you have so many full-timers who need that spot, do not give a fucking part-timer that spot. He's past that. His 2014 run.
Because they need that title.
His 2014... Because then the Universal title, like, they needed to make it, it wouldn't have mattered. Because they just gave it to a part-timer who's never going to defend it and only going to be there, like, a few times a year. His 2014 run was so boring because he was never there.
He had good matches, but, like, he was never there.
Like, if you have the world title, you need to be on the show week to week. But thankfully, they had the authority so they could have the title not be the focus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the match I was most hyped for in 2014 wasn't even a title match. It was just Dean versus Seth in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a good match.
It was a good match until it finished. Jesus.
Yeah, fuck that. But
I know I complain about that so much, but it's like Bray had nothing to do with that.
I know it's warranted. That feud was so good, and they ended it on such
that
a
feud
stupid
was
note.
That SummerSlam match and that feud had so much build up, the Shield and everything. He had nothing to do with it. Like, ugh, that's wrestling for you though.
All right,
and that's a good term to use for this entire week. I really hate. I don't want you guys to think that like we like kind of slodge through the week. Like we're like, okay, let's just get through it. We're not like trying to be like, hey, we don't want to do the podcast, we don't want to talk. I mean, like, we're not enjoying this. I enjoy this a whole hell of a lot. I look forward to it every week when we do it. It's just we have to talk about wrestling and what's going on in wrestling, and what's going on in wrestling is not that interesting that week. It's like, I don't know, dude. We're not going to sound as entertained because if you give us Bailey and Dana Brooke arm wrestling, how are we supposed to care?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, you want us to be like, wow, Dana and Bailey, arm wrestling, wow. No.
WrestleMania.
Arm WrestleMania.
All right.
I don't know. What do you think about this week in general?
Yeah, it's pretty but I'm glad because now we get to talk about cool stuff. We get to talk about, make our predictions for Hell in a Cell. And,
we still have to make
talk about Hell in a Cell matches.
You're correct.
We'll just go over that real quick. Anyways.
We'll make it a separate video so everybody can watch it.
Yeah. Perfect idea. Perfect idea. I love your thing. Anyways.
All right.
We're just going to go through the card here. I'm going to go through the card. No, I got it. We're going to do this a different way. So I'm going to go through the card. I'm going to say my prediction. They're going to say your prediction. Then we're going to move on.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So up first, we got Bailey and Dana Brooke.
Bailey, 100%.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay. Enzo and Cass versus Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson.
The Club.
Enzo and Cass.
All right.
And by the way, the loser has the same thing that we had last time where they have to read a sentence that the other one types, I guess, because that's all we can think of.
We could probably think of something better than that.
Think of something for
next week, we'll have thought of something better, I promise.
Okay. TJ Perkins, Brian Kendrick, Cruiserweight Championship.
Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brian Kendrick, too.
TJ Perkins is not killing it in that position.
Yeah, he's not killing it. I think they know that. I honestly think they know that.
Yeah.
All right. New Day versus Cesaro and Sheamus for Tag Team Championship. New Day, 100%.
New Day, 98%.
100%.
98%.
All right. Well, we're still equally wrong if they win.
We're both 100% wrong.
Okay. Now we get to the triple main event, which, by the way, is bullshit. You can only have one main event.
Yeah.
There is
like
only one main
just
event.
to have a women's main event because that's how it was last week, and now it's a triple main event. And it's like
that doesn't make any sense.
There
is only one main event. Okay. and it's the match that goes on last. You can't have shit like that, okay? No Mercy had a title match on first. That was not the main event. The main event was Randy Orton Bray Wyatt because it went on last. That's the main event. It's a pet peeve.
As far as No Mercy goes, I still think the title match was the main event. They just put it on last. But you can really only have one main event, like the biggest match. I don't know, like the one with the. You're right.
I agree. It's the match that goes on last. It has to be the match that goes on last because that's the one that they're building to throughout the show.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. Roman Reigns, Rusev, who's winning?
Roman Reigns.
I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to go Roman Reigns as well because Rusev doesn't... He's kind of lost in like, I could have said Rusev winning like 3 weeks ago, but he's kind of lost right now, I feel like.
Yeah. He's going to remain lost because I think Roman needs it more. Rusev's great, but I don't know. He couldn't really do a different gimmick, and he's going to keep that gimmick.
Yeah, it's whatever. Anyways, we got Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell, who's winning.
It's going to be Kevin, but it's going to be not clean.
I'm going to say Kevin.
I wanted to be Seth because I fucking love Seth, but it's not his time yet.
Yeah, all right. Now, the match that probably should go on last because it's the only one. I think it's the one that deserves to be Hell in a Cell the most. Sasha Banks and Charlotte for the championship. Who's going to win?
The boss.
Yeah, I think Sasha's winning here too. So,
by the way,
we pretty much agree.
So
we pretty much agree on every match except for Enzo and Cass versus the Club. So that's going to be like the one that determines the winner.
But what if it's they pull a Cesaro and Sheamus and it's a draw?
I don't know what to do then, man. I think I'm going to be broken.
Yeah, dude. What did I just say?
I fuck, dude.
I said, I fuck.
I fuck, dude. Sorry.
I fuck, dude. What a great week on the Joe and Shob show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, guys.
All right. So
if you have any ideas for like just segments we could do, because I'm okay with adding more segments to the show.
All right. I have an idea, okay? Because we said we're going to talk about favorite Hell in a Cell matches, but we kind of don't have time for that this week. So I think we should do that next week.
All right. Because we'll talk about Hell in a Cell still. And we'll be like, all right, so these weren't our favorite matches. What will be? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
If these weren't our favorite matches, what
my match is very hard to beat, I think. So
very hard to beat.
I think I hold it very near and dear to my heart. So.
I'm going to have to make sure I'm 100% on what my favorite is. But my favorite could either be really generic or be not so generic.
I'm going to rewatch mine this week. So
you probably know what I mean when I say generic, though.
Yeah.
I think the predictable match.
Yeah, mine's not the predictable match, so.
Wow, you fucking hipster, dude.
Oh, no.
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, good.
We really didn't mean for this week to sound like we were trying just.
I feel like we were amped up this week, though. I enjoyed it.
Trying to force ourselves through it, but I think we did legitimately talk about criticism, talk about problems, and
good discussion.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Make sure if you have wrestling friends, tell them about the show.
Friends who wrestle, that's what he means.
Comment and tell us what you thought about this, because I want to get feedback that aren't just our friends, and I'm really curious if you are watching right now.
Well, you got to remember we're only 6 episodes in, so it's a slow build.
We're gonna reach episode 52.
Like as our channel gets more videos, we're gonna get more traction. So
is it that that naturally happens no matter what?
That's what's gonna happen, because then people are more likely to click on a video.
You're correct. Anyways, thanks for watching. I was Joe. That's Shob. It's the Joe and Shob show.
He's wrong. It's the opposite of that.
It's it's not the Joe and Shob. Okay. I'm Shob. That's Joe. It's the Shob and Joe show. Good night, everybody.